That's too bad. I wanted to show you an intro that he made. He made a very nice intro. An intro where I was dancing with one of the moments in South Korea where they try always, and the DJ always asked me, "Hey man, can you do that dance right before you go on stage?" He said, "Sure, sure. You know, it's the white monkey making the dance. Sure, I'll jump for you, big boss. I'll jump for you, Mr. Lee." Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Anything for the show, man. I do anything for the show. This is privacy's already gone a long time ago. So we have been doing some stuff behind the scenes. First things first, I'm going to start this conversation, Nick, and I'm going to keep asking you the questions. So because I'm a guy that runs his mouth a little bit too fast. I want to talk a little bit about the affiliation program.
All right.
You had an idea to make a affiliation program. Can you elaborate a little bit on that affiliation program?
Yeah, for sure. So, rather than just doing a traditional discount code, which that would be part of it, that would be part of the program, creating kind of like a more exclusive type of group for people who are just really vested in the Labocosmetica brand, and creating a place where we can all share ideas together in relation to social media. So Reggie has a lot of experience with this, obviously, goes all over the world and has seen, accounts from everywhere and what works and what doesn't work. And basically a place to try and help each other grow, especially now in today's day and age. You have things like TikTok Shop. I've seen some updates of Instagram possibly doing something similar where you can actually monetize, sell products through your videos, collect commissions, things like that. But the sales aspect of it aside, really creating like a community of creators or affiliates, whatever term you want to use for it, working more about the products directly from Reggie and I. So that would be things like, periodic group calls, even one-on-one calls, things like that, where you can get more educated on the products and really learn all the ins and outs of Labocosmetica. Sort of like what we do here on the podcast, but way more focused. Today we're going to dive into these 3 products or whatever and really go into it. So, and that would also include some special affiliate only things, potentially like merch, things like that. So kind of like a little group for the online affiliates.
I think you're under how to say, you are being very politically correct with the idea how you are presenting this. Very modest. Yes, thank you. That's the word I was looking for, the modest. But the idea is absolutely brilliant. There is this unspokenly great and big group of people that love this brand and that are pushing this brand, that are pushing the philosophy, the things that we stand for, because they find a relationship with that. They find it, they can relate with this philosophy. And you see that in the way they are explaining their products to other people. And these people need then to become sort of an army that are going to safeguard that philosophy, the things that we do, the VDA certification, the safety, the performance, the balance between those things, all these things. And I'm not going to, we cannot, because there's so much awesomeness, but we still need approval from corporate, let's say from corporate. Tomorrow they get another reminder to start reading this program, because we need to start this program. I really want to start this program, because you will be hand selected. We're going to, in the future, very near future, you will be asked to try to apply. And we are not looking for big accounts. We are not looking for subscriber counts, thousands and followers and stuff like that. We are looking for the right people. I mean, you can apply if you have a YouTube channel with 5 subscribers. It does not matter. Like Nick said, it is not about the discount code. You will get a discount code where you're going to try to promote these products and the content that you are going to make. And hopefully people will buy from these links and stuff like that. But not monetizing that effort, because regardless of the discount code being used, regardless of how many views you will get, the message you will be put out is the things that you will be valued about. So if you make an extremely well presented video where you talk about everything that we would like you to talk about when you speak about a product like Primus or Dactyl or Varius or whatever, then
Yeah.
you will get rewards for that. Those rewards, like Nick said, will then translate into special merchandising. We will sit down every single week where you have a private session with us where we're going to discuss all the things that we want to do that week so that we can grow together. And it's so good because I never want to be in a position where I need to monetize something that I'm doing. I hope I can do this YouTube stuff without ever putting any ads in front of it or monetizing it. It's going to be very unlikely. It's only going to be pure necessity if I have to do this. But for now, I'm hoping that I can do it like this and then give other people the podium. Corey is a very good example. What he did, he said, Reggie, Varius is a great product. And I said, okay, man, you show me something great you can do with the Varius. Impress me, in any way you can. He did. He made an amazing video with all the stuff he did with Varius.
Mhm.
And as a reward, I sent him the Ultimate Coxbox from Korea. And this is basically what we want to do on a grand scale, on a big scale with a lot of people.
Yep.
Starting, of course, in the United States and then hopefully expanding to other channels, people, content creators that also are fluid in the English, or let's say understandable in the English language. I mean, they don't have to be speaking like an English person, but at least that you can speak in a way that is very understandable to the people.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, it'd be fun to gamify some things, have contests and like content creation contests. Who can make the most creative video, most educational video, new product drops too. Like they'd be that group could get early notices earlier than the public would get on new product drops, and just educating about the philosophy of Labocosmetica and helping like spread that knowledge. Because I mean, man, Reggie and I talk every day, and I learn more every day. I learn more on all of these podcasts, and it's just for the people who are really, really attracted to the brand and that are going to be taking that time anyways to be putting it on your social media and that are a good fit for a program like that. It would just be honestly, just a really fun thing to have a group for that and get to share the wealth, so to speak. So.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea because if we can get some of the products inside of the country, so you'll be the first to know, you will be the one that when the products arrive, the first thing that's going to be before they launch, they're going to be sent out to, let's say, the army of the content creators. Those are going, then we have a briefing about what the product's like. We're not going to tell you how to use the product. We're going to tell you the way the product is supposed to be used, and you will verify. That's what we need to do. You don't need to blindly trust every product that we shove in your hands. We are welcoming the people that are going to challenge this and say, okay, this is what Reggie said it could do. Now it's up to me to see if it's actually true, what he said, and that we can follow the protocol and see that the results that Reggie created in his video is the same that the products, and therefore you grow. And after that, we blast it to the rest of the people. And then we have a big group of people that will already be understanding what the product is like, what is working, what the technology is about. And then you have 25, 50, 100, starts maybe with 5, 6 people. We don't have a goal for an end group. We are, I think if I'm overstepping the line here, but I'm thinking I'm going over quality over quantity. That is my main goal.
For
quality
sure.
over quantity. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's not just going to be like a discount code farm mill where everybody has one. It's going to be more of there'll be more no's than yeses. So
imagine if the next time, imagine you have this group, we have this group running, we got a couple of people. Imagine we launch a new accessory, something like a foam gun or a pressure washer gun or whatever. Those people will be the first one to actually handle those products. You will be the first. Now, I know in the country full of product hooligans like the United States, when it's coming out, I need it. It's most of the time there's something coming out. I don't know what it is, but I need it, So there's a very big group of people who can satisfy their hunger with getting them this exclusive merchandising that nobody else has.
Yeah. I think it'd be awesome, man. I would love that. It'd be really fun.
There we go. I can show this now. This is the draft. I'm going to say this is the draft of the intro for the podcast. We're doing it without the sound. Well, then you at least have a little bit of an idea.
I can hear it, like even without the sound, I can hear what this is. That's awesome.
Yeah, just because he can. Corey has apparently a lot of time on his hands, and I'm very thankful for that because without him, I could not figure it out. That I could not. I'm not that tech guy. I can manage to do this now. This is something I can do now, but I'm not going to say that I'm specialized in this. But at least I can do it. I got something else. I'm going to drop the Varia story tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we're going to put that video online. I finished the video. Corey, I didn't ask you for permission for using your content for the Various story, but I'm assuming that I was allowed to do it. Even the thumbnail is basically Corey's video. So I stole it a little bit. I asked Andreas also for his content if I can use it legally. I did. He approved. This story is going to be the last one. I'm going to do this in this format. I've been discussing this with Marco. I've also been discussing this with the marketing director of Labocosmetica. And the next time, and I'm hoping I'm gonna say it right now, but I did not discuss this with him yet. So if he's watching now, I don't know if he's gonna approve or not. But the idea is to set a select of questions that are going to follow into the story. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to ask Marco to come on and do a recording with me. So I'm going to sit here, and then in your position, Marco will be sitting somewhere in his castle in Italy, in the mountains or something, wherever he is right now, chilling, relaxing, whatever he's doing. And then I'm going to ask him questions about the products, and those questions will be easier for him. Then I'm going to ask the question so he can then tell the story, how it actually came to be that these products launched, what was the philosophy behind it, how the development went, where we're looking for. Because if you hear the story of Varius, you will hear all the essence that is Labocosmetica. It is right. That's why I wanted to do this the last time, because when I read that story of Varius, I got goosebumps all over the place, because I was indeed at the beginning with that, when he started it, and how he found that, what made Varius so unique, how he did that is all going to be explained. So when I'm explaining the video, I'm literally reading the story of Marco. Last times I was telling the story as Marco told it to me, a little bit like this, but this is actually the story as he is talking to me. That's why I wanted to do the next time, where he's going to sit next to me. I'm going to ask him the questions and let him talk. We're going to pre-record it, and I'm going to put him on the spot and do it live. But I'm going to give him the opportunity to tell the story, because I got a lot of passion for this brand. There's no doubt about it. I think the tattoo proves it. There is enough dedication in here. But if compared to him, my passion is very low. This is he needs to tell this story. And I want to start with Purifica. I really want to start with Purifica. So,
what was the first Labocosmetica product?
That's a very good question, and I'm really thinking about it right now.
Well, I guess out of the range that currently exists, I'm sure there were some that didn't maybe make it to fruition, but like
for sure, it's going to be Primus and Purifica. For sure, Primus, Purifica, Semper, P-Ray. There was back then the deionizer, the bleeding wheel cleaner. But I for sure, because I know Purifica is from 2016, so it was 2016, and I also got the month Labocosmetica was created, and it was October this year. So October 2016 is this year. 10 years is going to be October. So we still have a couple of months to think of something epically, legendary, awesomely to celebrate 10 years of Labocosmetica existence. We have many ideas. They are not concrete yet, but there are a lot of stuff in the pipeline to say, okay, we're going to do something really cool for the 10-year anniversary of the brand. Up to the 20.
I'm excited.
Let's go.
I'll be there on the 10th anniversary in October. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and then we follow up with the next thing. You are going to be in Italy in October.
That's right.
And a lot of other guys. And now I think tomorrow is the last day. Tomorrow we close all the people that will be inside, and then we're going to have a group of people coming from around the world, basically going to be all Labocosmetica trainers, and they will have a sort of a summit, sort of a back to school type of a day. What do you call it when doctors have to go back to school to re-educate themselves or to add educational information to their
continued education?
continued education,
Continued education.
with a lot of fun, of course. We're going to visit Milan. We're going to have some dinners. We're going to have some fun. And we're also going to see Reggie Cox turning into a drill instructor again. Sergeant Reggie Cox is going to come back to life.
I've got to dust off
and to
my,
celebrate that, I'm going to make you, because you will see, I'll show you what it looks like when Sergeant Cox comes back.
What are the 7 originals, Corey? I know the 3PH, but what else?
There we go.
P-Ray, 3PH.
There we go.
Oh,
the beret is on. I
goodness.
took the logo off. But this is my beret that I used to wear in the military. This is going to look like, all you maggots, sit down. Now it's going to be time to take you an education right now. You want to get some information about this situation. Everybody shut the fuck up and listen. There we go.
PPF drill sergeant.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I got to dust off my tools, man. I can't tell you the last time I laid a sheet of film. I mean, legitimately, it's been. It was the M2 trunk that we did. Oh my God, that was probably 2-3 months ago. So I've got
a while. Let's say it was a while.
It was a while, but like I've been thinking about it a lot. Like I'm definitely gonna get some practice in before I come. But I feel like I did it for so long, man, that just give it like 30 minutes to an hour. Sure, I won't be at like the speed and quality that I was when I was doing it every day for friggin' 8 to 10 hours a day, but I feel like I'll be able to pick it up just fine. The biggest thing is actually going to be learning your guys' film.
Yeah.
Because even when I was like really, really, really good, well, that sounded egotistical. Even when I was pretty good, switching a film like that, oh fuck, man, you got like a couple hours at least of like probably half a day of just dialing that film in and getting your slip and your tack right and everything. But you guys have your own, which is made for your film, so that's really nice.
Yeah,
because there's not as much guesswork. But every installer is obviously going to have their preferences, and I like of
course,
your environmental factors like humidity and temperature and all that, which I'll be curious to see if you guys have different dilutions for like recommendations for certain environments. If it's extra humid, do this much more slip and so on and so forth. But
yeah.
Super excited. I got to get my hands on it, dude, before I go.
For sure. And you got to get you to send some stuff to the United States for sure. Last week I was in the Netherlands to do some videos for the Dutch videos for the slip solution, the tag booster, and the surface prep. Some of the guys were already handling it, and the word game changer has been mentioned, and not game changer as in the marketing type of a sense, but they said this is a game changer. They said the tag booster is a game changer, the surface reset is a game changer, the slip solution is a game changer. And it's all the PPF guys that said this. So not me. For me, this is maybe the third slip solution I'm working with, and then it's very difficult to say, "Oh, this is a game changer," because I don't have that much of an experience with that. My PPF experience is maybe 1.5 years right now, not doing full time. The last couple of months, I hardly touch PPF, so I'm probably losing skills as we speak at this moment, because it's not like riding a bike where you just can jump on again and, hey, let's put some film on and let's cut around the corner and make that little squeegee go back and forth over the paint and stuff like that. So for me, it's going to be it's going to be definitely fun to do some demos, but also to show all the features of this stuff and how to use it and what are the great stuff about them, because we have the PPF testing equipment there. We can see that we can look at the software, and we are in a very informal environment, and hopefully lay some film, because the last day is going to be the PPF
we gotta
day.
lay film.
Yes, yeah. It would be stupid to watch a freaking screen all day and with a presentation about how great the film is without even actually touching the film. So it doesn't make any sense. So last day is definitely going to be school-like training.
I've as far as slip solution, I do have a lot of experience with that. I have used, I'm sure there's more that have come out since I have not been installing PPF, but I called them fancy soaps, because to me, I would always go back to Johnson & Johnson, and everyone has their preferences. Some people, it's a very Like people have their preferences when it comes to that stuff. But I will say, like, all the designated slip solutions I tried, they were very expensive, and none of them really did anything better than what J&J did. And I could never seem to really like. It's like I would never get it fully dialed in, and then I would just get frustrated and be like, "Why am I doing this?" The Johnson & Johnson works. I'm just going to use the Johnson & Johnson. But I will say, it would be nice to have a system like that where you're like, okay, this film, this is the slip solution and the tack solution from the manufacturer of this film that goes with it. Like Eastman has Film On, which is kind of nice because at least you know, like, okay, this is designed to use with their films. Film On was funny enough, actually, the only one that I used where I was like, okay, I could use this full time. Like I could use this all the time. It's very good. And I didn't use their film, but I liked that solution. But then what would happen is I'd run out and I'd be like, fuck, I need more slip solution. So I would just, I mean, Johnson & Johnson, you can get on Amazon or go run to the store and grab it. But all the like fancy ones I tried, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I didn't see any value in it. And as far as tax solution, I don't think I've ever seen a tax solution made by a PPF company. Maybe I have, and I'm just forgetting, but as far as I know, everyone just uses isopropyl. So that's kind of cool to have a system like that.
Yeah, but
But no,
also
I'm
pressure.
really excited.
You need to outperform isopropanol alcohol. You know, you need to, if the product is, of course, product will be more expensive than IPA for sure. So
Yeah.
if the product is going to be more expensive, then it has to have so much more qualities before you're going to buy it. You know, and it's of course I remember a little bit, but they are in the vegetable solvents. So most of the solvents coming from the tag booster and the surface reset are coming from vegetable solvents. So it's very green, very safe, very gentle, very, you know, all these things. You know, no influence on the adhesive of the film.
Yeah.
Quick rinsing, great tack. So what it does, it just speeds up the tack. So a low tack is never going to become a high tack because of the tack booster. The low tack will still have its low tack, but because of the tack booster, it will, you know, it's all in balance. It's not like you're going to over accelerate something from low tack to high tack, because the adhesive will be the adhesive. The only thing you are going to do is guarantee that tack to be more grip, more fast, and more secure. That's, I think, more important.
Well, rinsing is the one thing, and the type of film that you're using does have an impact on this, but like that would be my one gripe with Johnson & Johnson is getting it to rinse off completely, because the film that I used, Steck, it had a weaker adhesive, and so guys would always complain, "Oh, the edges don't stick, And I swear, 90% of the time, and I don't know what the adhesive is like on the Labo film, but I'm like, look, you're not rinsing the J&J all the way off. That stuff's kind of hard to get off. Like it doesn't rinse away. Like if it sits on that adhesive and you walk away and go eat lunch and then come back, I think the film's fucked at that point. Like you need to really use distilled water or your tack right away. And I would put a rubber glove on and like rub the films. Like if you've already trimmed your edges, you put your hood on.
Yeah.
I would spray, like I'd use a keg full of just distilled water and spray it and sit there and rub it to make sure there's none of that on there. So to your point, if the slip solution, even if it's more expensive, but it rinses really well and the tack gets it down faster, then, you know, what do you value more, saving a couple bucks on your solutions or getting the job done quicker and not fighting
That's the point.
fighting
Speed.
your products.
Yeah, speed. I got a good question here from Corey. So the surface reset also is going to be a tar remover for the Labocosmetica line. No, I don't think so. But we are definitely going to try to see if that surface reset is capable of doing that. But I don't think it's going to be strong enough to take off any tar, because it's delicate. It needs to be delicate to the paint. It needs to be delicate to the adhesive, and it needs to be delicate to the surface that's going to be treated on. So it will be delicate, and then we'll experience another perfect power and balance performance product like Labocosmetica is always making. So tar and glue remover is still a thing, because I know almost for sure that we're not making one, because you need the toluene. Toluene is a solvent that is very effective
Yeah.
against tar, but it is also very environmentally unfriendly. So making a tar glue remover without toluene is already a challenge, I would say. Not that I know anything about this, but for sure I know that almost all tar and glue removers contain the toluene, and therefore already have the environmental hazard. And then you're already going against the Labocosmetica philosophy, let's say. We took that road, and
So
now we have to follow it.
surface reset is one of the. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Mm,
Surface reset, is that one of the PPF products? Because there's 3, right?
yeah, it's the
There's the
prep.
slip,
It's
the
the prep.
tack, and then okay.
It's just the prep you do
Okay.
right before you apply the film. It's an interesting product. It smells really nice. You use it. The evaporation is fantastic, and the surface becomes very grabby. I would say more grabby than when I would use a strong dilution of Veritas. And I don't know if
Right.
that's because of the product or because of the what is it called, evaporation rate or the volatility of the product, but it feels really nice to feel a grippy surface right before you start applying the PPF, for sure.
I don't know how much you've installed it, but sometimes you want it ultra grippy in some places, and sometimes you don't want it ultra grippy in some places. I mean,
Yeah,
generally speaking, you want it prepped everywhere, but like those really hard ridges and those hard body lines, and when you're stretching and stuff, it can cause the film to dry stick. So like you could take maybe the slip solution you guys are making. Sorry, I'm not using the correct term for it, but and actually put that pure on the ridge line. So like put on a glove and like put it on, and like so like you do your surface reset and then take your slip solution and like rub it on that ridge line. That way when you're like a BMW M8 hood, you know, it has those sharp points in the valleys. That way when you're stretching it, it's not dry sticking to that ridge and getting that silvering and mashing up the adhesive.
I am sure. I mean, I am sure that we are not going to half-ass this project. We are going to go full system with this, full time, not half. This we are sure. We are sure about this.
Hell yeah. I'm
Let me
excited,
see.
man. I'm very excited for it.
We have I'm not what we read it while it's in there. Hey, what's going on? I am a Labocosmetica fan in Japan. I tried Reggie's Primus Semper Purifica method and I like it. Can I share it in Japan? Absolutely, you can. And I know for sure that my good friend Mr. Saten Sama from Japan had just published his 3pH video where we did an entire day of shooting. And Saten is very well known for his I'm going to butcher the name, the Suzuki Swift, and we coated also his new Toyota. I'm going to butcher it. I'm not going to mention it because I don't want to. This is a car guy. If I mention his car, his brand or his car wrong, I'm going to insult him. But Saten, Mr. Saten on YouTube, you can find a fantastic, good video about the 3pH. But you are most welcome to share them. And it's not my 3pH. I wish it was mine, but it's not. I'm just a guy that's prophesizing the 3pH around the world. There we go.
The Suzuki Swift.
The Suzuki Swift, yeah, he's a Suzuki Swift guy. We have a question for, can you talk about Leale upgraded or upgraded 2.0? Yeah, I like to say 2.0, but it's indeed just upgraded. What's different and will it be coming to the United States? Eventually, yes, it will be coming to the United States because this will be the upgraded formulation after the Leale, and then Leale original is going to phase out slowly, and then slowly but surely the upgraded formulation will take over. What's different? We have different lubricant for sure because it doesn't behave the same like the other one. We have a lot more abrasive inside, and I don't know if it's the cutting abrasive or the fine abrasive, but I know for sure there's a lot more abrasive inside. It is faster, so it cuts a lot faster. You can cut more, and I'm not going to say the polish itself is going to cut more, but the combination of pads. So you can even use some wool. You can use hybrid wool for the DA. You can use foam, microfiber. Finishing, you can go almost up to a black pad to finish off Leale 2.0 or Leale upgraded formula. That makes it really special because now the cutting range and the finishing range has been extended so big that you are capable of handling. I said it's not an all-in-one, but it is the one that can do almost all. It's really, I'm really in love with this one. It's this is a really good
versatile.
one.
Sounds like.
Yeah, we need stuff. I hope we can find something to upgrade Audacia. I think it's time. I get more and more. There are better choices for me now to use Audacia with rotary, or also to say another polish with rotary. Sometimes I see, okay, Audacia can do it, but you need to get used to the fact that it's so fast, and sometimes with a rotary, you want to
Yeah.
work it in. You need to, you start gradually caressing the surface, adding a little bit more pressure, a little bit more arm speed, a little bit more machine speed. And when you do that with Audacia, first 3 passes, it's already gone, it's finished. You
Cooked.
either have to reapply. Yeah, it's fast. And if you're not used to that, and you're literally used to the old stuff, yeah, then there's a different way to look at that.
When you use it on rotary, what pads are you typically using?
Yeah, only wool. Very rarely I do
Okay.
foam on rotary. Very rarely. Most of the time
Yeah.
it's wool. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
just
don't think I've ever. Well, I know I have long time ago when I was first trying to figure all this stuff out when I was like a teenager. But professionally speaking, I've only used wool pads on a rotary.
yeah. Yes, it is same. Last time I did it was with my sister's camper, where I was just using a polishing pad and I was just hammering it down on the first surface. But it had nothing to do with paint correction. It was literally just cleaning through abrasion. I was using the polish to clean the oxidation and everything. It has nothing to do with polishing.
Polishing it all off.
Just
Yeah.
slicing it off as fast as possible, single stage. I did the same trick this week, but I used everything. This is stupid. I did another camper of a friend of mine, just a quick hit. He had some fading of the paint. Everything was single stage. And Leale 2.0 or Leale upgraded is really, really good on single stage paint. I mean, really good for the wipe off, for the cutting, for the non-dusting. Oh my goodness. I had so much fun. I used everything I could, rotary, single stage, everything, and just blasting it off. In the end, I found the perfect combination to do a one-hit wonder. So like a perfect cut and a perfect finish, and then no hazing, no nothing, no marring, no nothing. Fantastic. And then I slapped partially some HPC Pro on it and partially something from Korea, just to see how that works on a single stage paint. Because single stage, I remember I think it was a couple of years ago. A friend of mine did a HPC application on a single stage blue paint, and the HPC didn't dry in very nicely. So there was no panel prepping before. So probably a mixture of lubricants were still there. HPC was removing partially the lubricants and making shadowy. It didn't look very nice. Then we repolished it. We did a panel prep before, and then we applied it. So this was a very good test to see, because I've not done many single stage paints with HPC Pro. And I like to do stuff first. I like to try it to see if it's actually working. I like to use it and to see if it's actually beneficial. If somebody says to me, you can't do it, I'm going to try. And if it's true that you can do it, I'll probably figure that out by myself. I'm not going to take somebody's word for it and say, oh, you cannot do that. I'm going to try. I'm definitely going to try. Oh, this is a good question.
That's a really good question.
This is a really good question. Oh, this is probably going to be the last question for the entire episode, because before we got this story out, it's going to be long. It's going to be very long. So the question, Reggie, what is the biggest misconception people have about the Labocosmetica or specific Labocosmetica products? The misconception, so let's say, okay, first, not so much from Labocosmetica. I think it's more in the Maniac. People think that Maniac is Labo that didn't make it. That's one. They think they are downgraded, diluted, lesser of the products, but they are all singular. Yeah. They are all singular formulas. Every single one of them. Foam gun pre-wash versus Primus versus Purifica versus Brachylac shampoo. They are all individual. Of course, they will have similarities and probably share some of them. And some of them will have some similarities. Most of the products contain a very low percentage of sodium hydroxide as a balancing or a pH balancing type ingredient. So another misconception was, in the beginning, when we were starting to promote Purifica, everybody was saying, but you are putting something on after the finish. So you see a dead ceramic coating, then you apply Purifica, you do your wash, and you do your mitt, and you wobble it around, and everybody would say, but you just apply the wax. And then we had to say the misconception is, no, we are not applying. We are revealing the original behavior of the ceramic coating as it should be. I think that was a big misconception. Well, let me see if there's another big misconception right out of the top of my head. Yeah, the misconception is, yeah, the Italy part took some while, and it still takes some while. To get inside of the Labocosmetica tips and tricks group, you have to answer two questions: where is Labocosmetica produced, and do you accept the terms and agreement of the group and everything? And then still sometimes some questions give me an answer that's like, oh, this is very creative, but no, it's not from Germany. But it's yeah. I think where it's from. Do you
What
have
about
any misconception?
what about 3 pH to prep a car for paint correction? I feel like that's a kind of
Yeah,
common one.
yeah.
Like you got to do Primus, Purifica, and Semper to prep a car for paint correction, which you could do, but it's not really what it's designed to do. Another one, oh shoot, I just had it in my mind. I forgot. I'm blanking on that one. Maybe I'll think of it again. As far as specific products, I can't think of any more. I will say, if we're talking about in general,
Yeah.
I think something that people don't understand, but you doing these stories is going to help a lot. And like those interviews with Marco, and hopefully it all comes together one day, like in a little written book or PDF or something. But video series, I think a lot of people, because the whole industry operates on like categories. So, APC, wheel cleaner, interior cleaner,
Yeah.
what have you, or like in the case of like Purifica, like you guys really launched off the whole like acidic wash thing, so now everybody's like, oh, we need an acidic wash, boom, category, check mark, done.
Yeah.
But what the stories are helping with is it, like, that's not how products are made with you guys. It's not like, oh shoot, we don't have a leather cleaner, we got to make a leather cleaner, okay, checked off that category. It seems like the way it works is Marco comes up with these almost like self-imposed challenges of, okay, I want a cleaner that can do all these different things. It has to be VDA certified. It has to be PFAS free. That's a given for any of them. And then also all these other criteria. I want, like for Omnia, I want it to be able to be antibacterial, antiviral, and safe on all surfaces. And boom, boom. It's like this long list of like, we needed to do all these things. And yes, obviously it does create a little bit of overlap, because like I could clean my entire interior with Varius. I could also clean it with Omnia, like all the hard surfaces, but they exist for two very different reasons. It's not just filling categories and checking off boxes and, okay, we made this one, now we don't need another thing in that category. It's a very cool way of developing products. I don't know of any other brands that are doing that.
This is for me, it's the biggest motivation to work here. Not just hey Reggie, we made a new pre-wash, go and try to sell it. This is what it does, this is how strong it could be, we expect this from this, and then start promoting it. No, I get the full briefing. I know what the product is already intended to do, what it needs to be doing, and then we make this. Now I'm going to show you a misconception number one. Another misconception, Nick. We know this one.
I saw the stories. I saw the Instagram stories.
I told the guy, listen, man, if it works, it works. But in general, the people that have been doing this have had not the most success. So I will keep stating this. Semper is not to be made to be foamed on. If you are a guy and you are somehow able to do it successfully, please welcome yourself to keep continuing doing it, because apparently it's working. And this guy was one of the examples. He showed me proof that it is possible. There's also another guy from the House of Rags, Jamie, that knows that you cannot do it. And so there are many other people that tried this. And yes, so it apparently it's possible. I've not been successful with it so far. Maybe I need to rewrite the rules, because that's what we do at Labocosmetica. We do that a lot. So it could be coming there. I will get a rectification video where I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, we have found a solution to foam on Semper. Until that day will be coming, that I don't know for sure, but I'm going to try this and see if it's actually possible, because it's this guy did it. He did it. He foamed on Semper successfully, didn't kill the protection. Everything was still alive. Everything was everything was okay. So I said, okay, if it works, it works. It's not up to me, man. It's your product, your product now. You can do whatever the fuck you can do whatever you want with it. And yeah, if you have success, then you have success.
I was witness to a not good experience of that. Fortunately, it was not me that had to deal with it, but one of my employees, this was a long time ago, man. It was like when the first batch of Labocosmetica products we got, and there was a bunch of little samples in there, and Semper was one of them. And in the shop, man, you know, when it comes to myself and the employees cleaning our personal vehicles, now I only use Labocosmetica really, but you know, we just grab stuff like if things are open or whatever. Oh, there's a sample of this or that. Well, he didn't read, he didn't think at all. He just said, "Is this soap?" And I said, "Yeah, it's soap." And then I, you know, go back in my office. I come back out and he's foaming the whole car with it. And I was like, this is before I was really familiar with your guys' stuff. I was like, it says you're not supposed to use that in a foam cannon. Like, you know, how much did you use? And he put the whole sample bottle in the MTM, and it was not good. He was like out there rewashing the car again and like just to get it all off. And so once I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not even going to try it. But I did see the stories, SC 9589, and I'm impressed, man.
Yeah, good job, very good job. I think the first APC, this is one that Corey said, the first Labo APC was called. This is not completely true. There was indeed a bottle that said HPC, but after that it was called Varius. The first APC, the Ductile, Varius changed into Ductile. And thank God we found another product to name Varius after so many years. But Varius was the first. Before Ductile was called Ductile, it was called Varius. And before that, it indeed had a bottle on that said APC. It's true. But it was a testing bottle. And these bottles will have a label on it with a name on it, and they will not have any ingredients or anything. So on both sides, they will have the name of the product. Many times we have this, and then on the front side, it says, for example, back then we had another product that we wanted to create. I hope we can still launch that one day. Nobile, an acidic cleaner with 20% detergent power, just like Glico, but something that can take off grease and inorganic stuff at the same time. So something in the door jamb, when you have the hinges, and the hinges have grease on them, and the rest of the door jamb is what you would say lime scale on it. You don't need two individual products. You can use one to take everything off. If we can make that, that will be a true game changer. But right now, it's surfactants chasing for the surfactants. It's going to be really difficult.
Yeah, good question, Chris. See you later, man. Appreciate the good question.
Thanks for the questions again. Then we have next week upcoming my birthday, the 4th of August. And if I don't forget, we are going to do a Labocosmetica USA birthday celebration. We're going to launch a discount code. It's going to be Reggie10. For the people that don't know how to write my name, look really closely in my somewhere in my bio. It says something like this: Reggie with the Y. It's important because if you put IE, you're not going to get that discount. But for Tuesday, for the entire day, we're going to do a Labocosmetica USA birthday bash because I got to do something back for all the support, and then get some 10% discount on the entire line, and also do a Cox box. I want to do a Cox box this week.
Yes.
What do you think? Instead of doing the question, we are going to ask a question. I think that's what we are going to do. And there are only 10 people watching right now. So there's a very big possibility that you can win that. You have a 10% chance winning that. If the numbers go up right now, you're going to have less chance. But when I make a Cox box, what I want to do is I want to give a podium to one of the ceramic coatings this week that I've been exposed to again. And I want to give a podium to that. I'm either going to choose for HPC2 or for Sam. Which one? What are we going to do? We're going to go do HPC2 or we're going to do Sam? Nick, you decide.
I mean, I'm HPC, but
HPC. So we're going to do HPC. And in order to apply HPC, we will also give you a bottle of Veritas to prepare for the HPC 2.0. Then we're also going to put some microfibers in there. Basic microfibers. Some you have something doesn't need to be Labo. You have something in the Parks Car Care that you can shove in there.
Yep.
Something from the Zero Finish range. Zero Finish. Not mentioning it.
Oh man, coating with Zero Finish is like, it's so nice. But It's like you just they're such nice towels, man. But honestly, the Ideal exteriors are phenomenal. Like I had a detail. You met Joey, yeah. So Joey
Yeah,
was
yeah,
detailing
yeah.
with me, and we were coding, and he was like, "What is this towel?" And he's a zero finish guy, and I'm like, "Oh, it's the Labocosmetica exterior towel." He's like, immediately, he's like, "How much are these?" You know, he wanted them, but coding with towels like that, it's worth it on the big jobs, but it's expensive, you know.
True. Got a good one on Instagram. Can't show it, but it's the one never for the bucket. Thoughts? Shoot, because I'm starting to hear it more and more. I'm yet to have to try it, but never in the bucket. Most of the people foam it, but if somebody can give me some feedback on how it's performing in the bucket, maybe we start promoting it as in the bucket as well. It's gonna be high dilution. It's gonna be freaking 25, 50, maybe 50 ml to get it going. Maybe even more, maybe 2-3 ounces to get it going. Economical might even not be, but it's gonna be, yeah, you can still do it.
But why?
Yeah,
Why
that's
not
true,
put
true.
Simper in the bucket?
I know, man, but this is the personal preference kind of a thing, you know. They just want to have one product that they can add the foam, just like neutral foam shampoo. You
Oh,
can
I
put it in the
see.
foam
Okay,
can, yeah.
okay. Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I
That's fair. That's
understand.
fair.
I understand. Yeah, I can get
That's
behind this,
fair.
but it needs to be able to say that. Let me see. From a cleaning perspective, does Initio offer anything superior to Neva? I understand the ready to use and convenience aspect. Oh, absolutely. In cleaning power, Initio is
Alkaline.
so much more stronger than Neva. So much
Yeah.
more compared to Neva. In any respected dilution from Neva, from 1 to 5 to 1 to 10, it doesn't matter. Initio, for sure. And if you might walk around with Initio around the car, you will have a lot more cleaning power in first phase and second phase, even if it's drying in. Neva can also dry in, but it doesn't do anything. It's neutral, needs a lot more time, so it needs just going to be faster. The only thing that Neva is going to beat is cost effectiveness because it's dilutable. So you will have more cleaning potential than actually compared to Initio. But Initio is not, for me, it's not for a full car wash. I use Initio for spot work, wheels, bumpers, bug impacts, stuff like that. Small areas, because you fly through that stuff pretty fast if you're a little bit too generous.
Yeah.
Good question. Very good one. Okay. Hoo-ha. This is the good one. This is also the one. This has been asked a lot. I can only give you the recommendation of the guys that actually used it. They use 2pH Glico and Ductile in the washing machine. So wash 1, they will have Glico inside. And in the main wash,
That's
wash
super
2,
smart.
they will have Ductile. And they say it's fantastic. I can imagine it's going to be expensive. Yeah. But if it's about getting back the fluffiness of the towel, inside of with Glico in combination, you will have the most fluffy towels in the world, for sure.
When you say wash 1, wash 2, are you saying like a washing machine that accepts 2 different detergents? Or are you saying like do one cycle with Ductile and then okay, all right.
In Europe, we have, if I pull up the drawer here, there are 3 lanes. Lane number 1 is the pre-wash. You have to select pre-wash, and then literally it's not pre-wash as in pre-washing the car, but this is the Dutch word is voorwas. It means pre-wash. So you can pre-wash and then you get the main wash. So you have 2 little lanes. One of them will get Ductile, the other one will get Glico, and then you have another lane, and that lane is then for the softener, fabric softener. So you can do it, and then the machine will calculate where the detergent needs to go. But still nothing. Okay. As far as I know, nothing in the pipeline for a dedicated microfiber wash for Labocosmetica. And to be fair, the Mafra one. You really need to have a really good one. You really need to have a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true. Let me see. Not to go off topic, but I was telling Nick that the Revitex I received in the Cox box worked very well. Thank you. There we go. A very successful application of Revitex. This was what? Revitex. The guy wanted to change something. He already had one of the products. Yep. Can you remember? Yeah. Good. And this is what we do at a Cox box not fixed. If we figure out you have that product, we will change to something else. We did it before. You know, it's about satisfying the Cox box.
That's it, man.
This is a good one. What is your most efficient paint preparation process before polishing using Labocosmetica products? which products do you use, and in what order. Now, Nick, this is one. This I'm going to give this one to you. I'm going to sit back a little bit because this is about 3 pH in preparation. you you take the stage. I'm going to lean back a little bit.
Efficient or effective?
Listen, man, this is your prep.
I'll assume
Tell me.
I'll assume they mean both. Okay. So if we're talking new cars, because that's what I had a lot of experience on towards the end of my service tail end of the business, I would venture towards Primus 2.0, Simper in the bucket, wash, Sidero, then bring it inside, clay, Veritas, prepped. Now, if you're talking cars that are, have more mileage on them, you could do the 3pH. I just don't, truthfully, I don't know, I don't have a ton of experience with trying that, because in my mind, I think, okay, if this car has water spots, we're prepping it, because that's the question. We're prepping it for polishing. Yep. Polishing is going to remove water spots. So Purifica is designed for maintaining ceramic coatings, and so is Primus for that matter. But Primus can be a good alkaline prep pre-wash. Granted, if you're doing a lot of vehicles and doing this often, it's on the more expensive side. But I just don't see the point of doing a 3pH to prep for paint correction, because you're going to polish it. So my answer is kind of the same. It's Primus, Simper, Sidero, clay. Now there's an argument, Energo could be helpful. If you have really severe water spots, let's say this car is coming in for a 1-step, but there's areas that have worse water spotting than others. Would definitely try Energo to reduce the water spotting in those specific areas, usually like the trunk lid or the hood or the roof or whatever, where water sits and pools up and dries. But to do that before you polish, because then maybe you can save yourself some polishing, not having to 2-step or whatever. But generally, that's where I would be.
Yes. That's the one. I would say the same. We do polishing, and then we get a car as ready as fast as possible. Primus, Semper, Sidero in combination with claying, wipe down, and then maybe if you do a Veritas wipe down or even an Energo one. And then, that's what I would do for sure. Good question. I think this guy, Culture Detailing Shop, if you can find me on Instagram, or if you can find me on, what's it called? Facebook, Instagram, just send me a message. Cultura, I'm going to put this one in that we remember this. You are the winner of the Cox box by definition. That's easy. No questions asked whatsoever. Yeah. Paul, is there anything else that I want to share for today?
That doesn't sound like a U.S. name, but if he is, I'm obviously going to take care of him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just Cultura Detailing Shop. Send me a message on Messenger for the Cox box. If you're in Europe, I'm going to hook you up. If you're in the United States, you can contact Nick at Nick Parks or Labocosmetica.store, or any way where, let's say, we will find you. We will find you. We will find where you are, and we will get you that Cox box. HPC, some towels, and a bottle of Veritas. HPC 2.
That's
HPC
it,
2. Yeah. Oh, and maybe an applicator, just to make it full system. Oh, listen, man, I'm going to cut this one short for today. Short but powerful. Is there anything that you would like to add? Because I think for the next episode, I'm going to do a little bit more preparation, because I want to hopefully have some clarification about the affiliation program that we're going to push for. So, I hope
exciting.
Tomorrow. Yeah, and the other one, the other protocol, the 2-page protocol that you already fixed, that one, I want to have that feedback as well, because that feedback you will probably come see in. You're going to see that in October when you come to Milan. You're going to see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And then
I'm trying to think. I mean, that's all I can really think of. I mean, that one question about the most misunderstood thing, that was good, because I think it's not going to beat a dead horse or repeat myself, but the way the products are developed, why they're selected to be developed. I'd say that's probably the most misunderstood. So maybe next week go more into that. But these stories you're doing are fantastic. I'm really
but it's
so.
Tomorrow's the last one. I'm posting the various story. The last one where I'm sitting down actually reading. That's the one I'm going to do. And then after that, I would just want Marco. So I'm not going to do these stories anymore unless Marco is going to either tell them, either I'm going to sit next to him in Italy, or we do this online in a closed area on StreamYard, where it may be even necessary that I have to edit something, not a live stream, but I want him to tell the story. And he speaks English fine. He probably is not going to say he does, but if I can understand him, he speaks English good enough, well enough. And we have translation and we have subtitles. So for sure that the communication is going to be enough. And if you see his our Italian movement and his eyes locked in, and when he's talking about how he was thinking of this product, you will be encapsulated with what I was encapsulated with when I really started with this company. Okay, awesome, gentlemen, man. Ladies, and people watching, thank you again for a beautiful session. Thank you for the input. Thank you for watching. And I hope to see you guys on the next episode next week. We're probably going to do this at the same time, but we will make a pre-announcement because I am leaning towards a break. I think I'm getting overloaded with what I'm doing. My scrolling behavior is a little bit out of control. And I think I'm going to take next week and the week and then after that to cut down. I'm also into transitioning into different kind of a medication. I still have to visit a doctor for another type of medication. And then, ADHD is running out of control. Concentration is running out of control. And then it's not I'm like losing my mind, but sometimes I feel I am. So I think I need a break from social media and spend some time in nature, reconnect, read the Bible a little bit more, and curse a little bit less. But anyway, we will see each other very soon. Thanks again for watching. Nick, thank you for joining. And we'll see you
always
on
a pleasure, man.
Next one. Bye,
Sounds
guys.
Good, man. Thank you.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.